Possessive pronouns. English grades 5 and 6. Hello 5th and 6th graders, please open up your English book to page 282. We're going to look at a sentence, and in the sentence I want you to figure out which two words in this sentence show ownership, like something belongs to somebody. And then we'll address that second question in a second. During my third year in Little Dribblers, our team qualified for the national championships. Well, I'm looking, and the words my and our, right? Because ownership, whose third year? My third year. Whose team? Our team. And that shows ownership. And the question here is, what other similar words do you know? Like my, our, his, her. So that's what we're looking at. We're looking at pronouns that show possession, like you own something. In this sentence here, what is being owned or possessed? My year, our team. Okay, so usually wherever there's a possessive pronoun, there's usually something being owned after it. Possessive nouns can show ownership. A possessive pronoun can replace a possessive noun. A pronoun that shows ownership is a possessive pronoun. So Daniel's mug is on the table, okay? So that is a noun that shows that the mug belongs to Daniel. The possessive pronoun for that would be his mug is on the table. That's all there is. Remember, a pronoun takes the place of a noun, so his is taking the place of Daniel, and it is showing possession, like you own something, okay? So rather than saying Daniel's mug, you would say his mug. Some possessive pronouns are always used with nouns. Other possessive pronouns always stand alone. So the ones that are before nouns, like her mug is red, our glasses are clean. Now, obviously, you can't say her is red, our are clean. That doesn't make sense. You have to have a noun after it. But then some can stand alone, like that mug is theirs. So there's no noun after it, but we know that what they're talking about. That is mine, not hers. So you're not sure what they're saying, but it does make sense in the sentence. The pronoun his and its can be used with nouns or stand alone. See the chart on page 282. So please take a look at that. It has a chart that has used before nouns and used alone. And some of them, like his, can be used for both, and its as well. Do not confuse possessive pronouns with contractions. Possessive pronouns do not have apostrophes. See the chart on page 282. So if you look at that, you see where possessive pronouns, the big one is its. You often see people, if they're saying, well, that is its animal or its leg. You don't, if it's ownership, there's no apostrophe. But if you're using the words it is as a contraction, then you would have an apostrophe. Okay, so please make that distinction. If you don't do that and you put an apostrophe, I will mark it wrong, because that does not mean it's. That means it's, like short for it is. Okay, so let's take a look at the try it out questions on page 283. Your assignment is to do numbers 1 through 26. I am going to walk you through numbers 1 through 7. So it says replace the underlined word or words with a possessive pronoun. So we look at number 1. Keith's cat likes people. So we look at what our choices are. Now we see that there is a noun there. And you can look at your chart on page 282 to try to understand, well, what are my choices? What am I looking at? Look at the chart on 282 where it says possessive pronouns, used before nouns and used alone. Okay? Now, used before nouns, you have my, our, your, his, her, its, their. Well, obviously, Keith is a boy. We could say his. Okay? Number 2, the brown house is Mr. and Mrs. Pratt's. So we're looking here, we want to have it be plural, and it looks like it's used alone, so we would put theirs. Number 3, I use my family's computer for homework assignments. My family's. So it looks like, I use my family. So I look at it's before a noun, it has computer. So I use my, no, I use your, their. No, because you can't really say their because it's including you. So number 3 would be our. Number 4, a computer's memory is in the hard drive. So it's modifying, it's possessing memory. It's before a noun. So I'm going to look at the chart in 282, and I'm going to look at the one that says used before nouns. Okay? So not my memory, it's a computer's memory. Maybe it's, because it's one computer? Yes, and I would not have an apostrophe there because that would be short for it is. So number 5, Aunt Eva's computer has a calculator. Well, again, it's before a noun, so I'd look back at the chart. What would fit? Now, Aunt Eva is a girl, so I would go her. Okay. Number 6, the guidance counselor used special software for the students' new September schedules. All right, so I see it's before a noun. So now I'm going to look back at the chart. Go to the chart, the one in the middle, go for use before nouns. I see that it's plural because it's the students with an S apostrophe. For the students' new schedules. For their, yeah, that would work. And then finally for number 7, the only Dalmatian in the neighborhood is my family's. So there's no noun, it's standing alone. My family's, it's not mine, it's ours. Okay, so use that chart. Like, think to yourself, is it before a noun? Because if it's before a noun, look at your choices before a noun on that chart, plug that in and see if it makes sense. Remember, if it's masculine, it's got to be, if it's a boy's name, use the his, her, use the his. If it's feminine, use the feminine form. If it's neuter, use the neuter form. If it's including you, make sure you have your or our or my, whatever works, okay? But make sure that it matches with what you're talking about. So you are supposed to complete numbers 1 through 26. You're going to do for, it says for numbers 8 through 17, write each sentence choosing the correct word in parentheses. You do not have to write the sentence for numbers 8 through 17. If you want to just write the correct answer, like we did here, that is fine. 18 through 26, though, I would like you to type it out and highlight the pronoun that you do change to make it correct. And according to this, there are 9 incorrect pronouns. All right. Looking forward to seeing your work, and let me know if you have any questions.